Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at NECA's The Predator Emissary Predator 1 Ultimate Action Figure, which is, thank God, not something that made it into the movie. Why did this movie decide to just do dumb stuff? I don't know. This is one of those things for sure. That's not something to fault NECA for. That's not their fault. They did not design it. They just made the figure of it. And of course what they did is pretty good, and we'll talk about that, but what the heck? What the heck? Why is it wearing, oh, it hurts my head. Why is it wearing Marine style gear, or whatever Army style gear that would be, but like adapted for a Predator? It just doesn't make sense. And he's wearing like leg warmers from the 80s that wrap down on his feet. They couldn't come up with some Predator boots. They needed bare feet apparently. And foot strap. It's just such a and an abdomen, a bare abdomen, because you never want your navel to be too hot when you're in the middle of combat. You want to keep your midriff nice and cool. What the heck? These designs from this movie, goodness gracious. Okay, let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 22 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to 8.5 inches. And I just realized he looks like a stripper. Like wearing full-on combat gear, but then still having a bare midriff and then bare feet, and it just looks like some kind of weird Halloween costume, like sexy military costume for a Predator. And why is he pearlescent in purple? What the hell design is this? This is the weirdest looking thing I think ever, maybe. Ever. Of all time. And I watch anime, so you know that's a pretty low standard. And this is... what the hell? Again, that's not against NECA. NECA did a good job. Look at the shading on the head, like the color from the purple to the silvery white. They nailed it. I mean, it looks good. The arms look pretty good. The camo paint job throughout is mostly good. I want to say mostly because it's fuzzy down here and it looks okay. But then on the armor parts, it just looks like somebody put squigglies. Like, that doesn't really look like camouflage, does it? It doesn't. Let's look at the chest. No, there's lots of squigglies. It looks like brush strokes. Looks pretty weird. Very noticeable back here. I don't know. Maybe that's the concept for in the movie. You know, maybe before they cut it from the film, that's what it was going to look like, and then they were like, nope, that looks terrible, cut it. I don't know, but goodness gracious, this is such a bad... Okay, so aesthetics, it's 7 out of 10. They nailed the Predator parts, but the camo parts don't look very good. They did a nice job with the paint on the armor, I guess. But that camo is terrible. Looks like polka dots and squigglies. Not good. If it was just the Predator parts, 9 out of 10, but the rest is terrible, so not going that high. Okay, as far as accessories go, we have two different heads. We have the helmeted head, which looks pretty good. They did a nice job there. And then we have the unhelmeted head, which does look really good. His eyes are even closer together than normal, though, so I'm a little bit wondering about that. But aside from that, the heads look really nice. I do feel like he is a little bit pinched in at the eyes, but otherwise the heads look really good. As far as hands go, we have 2 fist hands, 2 wide open hands, and then we have 1 trigger finger hand and 1 secondary holding hand. So that's good. And then we do get this gun, which is nicely done. Though the ammo pouch that's holding the belt of ammo is about big enough to hold like 15 rounds. It's very small, so that's kind of weird. But the gun itself is done well, and he can hold it nicely. So accessory-wise, 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. Let's talk about the articulation. The head is on a ball peg, which moves around as well as you would expect, so that's pretty good. Could be better, but it's not bad at all. It's pretty good. That's fine. Shoulders, we have shoulder pads up here. Are they connected everywhere? Let's see. Yeah, they're not lifting up like on the big guy, so shoulders have like virtually no range. I've been saying like too much. Where'd that come from? I must have started talking to somebody who says it. Yeah, that's terrible. You can't raise the arm up at all. Full rotation though, of course, that's fine. No swivel. You do get a swivel at the elbow at both ends, so you get double jointed bend, which is good, and a swivel at either end. That's fine. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. That's fine. Diaphragm joint works pretty well, and the waist also on a ball peg. Between those two, it's really good. You know what, NECA? Somehow figure out a way to make the Predator without the shitty costume. Because the Predator itself, I kind of like the purple and like the silvery skin. And you guys nailed it. Like that looks really nice. But the costume looks terrible. Can you make one, a naked one? please. Not all the way naked. We don't want to see Predator bits, but otherwise, who's with me? Yeah. All right. Enough protesting. Let's do an online petition. That'll probably work. Splits work really well. Going forward, the legs are a little loose. The hips are a little loose. They don't seem to... Oh, there they go. There they go. Yeah, they're okay. You get decent range out of them, even though they're a little bit loose and stuck together. We've seen much worse, so that'll be okay. Double jointed knee works nicely. Swivel up here, just a regular hinge down here. And then for the ankle, we have a ball peg, which has minimal to no range. So articulation on this guy is 6 out of 10. Shoulders kind of suck. Torso's good. Hips are only okay. Knees are okay. Knees are good. Ankles suck. So definitely we've seen better. So this figure, in some ways, is really nice, but those ways are very small compared to the ways that it's not nice. And that's not my bias against the terrible, terrible design. That's my bias against bad quality control type stuff, like the shoulders not having any range and the hips being loose and stuck together and the ankles not working. So I do have my gripes. The Predator parts on this, I will say, are exceptional. They're just too few compared to the rest of the figure. So final verdict is 6 out of 10. Too limited in the posability. Too bad for the paint job. Fuzzy down here on the legs and terrible for the armor. Can't go higher. The accessories are good enough, but I can't go higher than that. This camo just killed it. This terrible camo at the top and on the legs. I can't abide. That's not good. But look at the paint job for the Predator. It's so nice. I'm disappointed. This is nice too. Even the armor where it's not camo is really nice, but the camo just killed it. That's so bad. Oh, that's a shame. Look at his feet. He's got his feet sticking out of his military pants. What the hell? Okay, well, there it is, guys. There it is. Final verdict, 6 out of 10. Disappointment, I know. But I'm sure lots of you are going to want to buy it because it doesn't look terrible once you pose it. You'll see in the photos, but those are definitely issues. He doesn't even have his blade. He doesn't have his blade. What kind of Predator doesn't have a blade or a gun? Terrible. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, well, give it a thumbs down. That's okay, too. You might want to subscribe if you did like it, because I do have thousands of videos already on the channel and new ones coming out just about every single day. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.